3, 2, 1. Welcome to The Peaceful Truth, the podcast where we talk about everything from feminism, feminist issues, and more. You are joined by your three girls, Megan and Hannah, and
Kenzie! Yay!
Hannah is a annoying but very cute guest.
Yes. No, she's not annoying.
She's just puppy.
Yeah, she puppy. You just gotta have patience. She's so soft still. I hope you're never gonna lose that. All right? Oh, yes. So how's your weekend been, Meg?
So good. Yesterday was very busy.
You saw my niece.
That's what I did.
You saw my niece.
I saw your niece. I saw your sister. And then I got to hold the baby.
She got a trunky monkey.
Yes. And then I was able to transition her from over the shoulder burping to in the arms rocking. I was able to transition.
Expert level. You're like Hannah. You're upgrading from puppy kindergarten.
So Chelsea was like talking me through it. She was like, you got it. You got it. You're not going to hurt her. And then I did it. And I was very proud. And then I got my hair done.
Oh.
Thank you. And then Hannah graduated from Puppy Elementary. So
wow,
we
busy day.
We went to her last class in graduation. And
did they give you alcohol at graduation?
No alcohol. They gave her a
I'm so bad.
They played the dun, 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 dun,
that is the most Seattle thing I've ever heard.
And then they gave out certificates. And then they came around with a huge bin of toys, and then she got to pick her favorite one to keep. And she picked a snake.
Wow. Just vicious.
So she could have had a snake, a porcupine, a starfish, and she wanted the snake.
How cool, girlfriend.
And then we played with it. It was so fun. And then now we get to play with it at home because it was her graduation gift. And then I went to
that was a busy day.
My harmonium teacher. It was his birthday. So they had a birthday kirtan and
cool.
Just did kirtan for like 3 hours.
Wow. That was a busy day.
It was back to back to back to back.
Holy cow.
What did you do?
Yesterday, I woke up, figured out some camera equipment. It's like this time-lapse piece of equipment where, I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I launched a side hustle where I'm doing like freelance videography, but it's not my full-time job, but it's on like this rig where it slowly moves during the time-lapse. So it's like this complicated piece of equipment that I figured out.
The camera slowly moves?
Yeah, but it's on the rig, like this device that slowly moves during the time lapse.
And you bought this?
No, I borrowed it from a friend. And so I set it up, and I'm very proud that I just figured it out.
I mean, on your Insta story, it looked like you knew what you were doing.
I mean, I tried to understand it. And so I stood there for an hour.
On the bridge?
On the bridge, standing up, like staring at the equipment because there was a lot of people around. I like was guarding it with my life because it's my friend's equipment. And and a fire breaks out right in front of me on the highway.
I saw that.
And so I end up capturing this huge fire and all this traffic and all the ambulances going by and the police officers going by. And so then I had to redo it.
The fire looked like it was close to like Queen Anne area? No.
I would say it's like near an exit for SLU.
Okay.
South Lake Union. So, so I captured that all on camera. So then I had to redo it.
Because you didn't want that on there?
No.
So then you had to redo it. So you were there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why didn't you want the fire? That was
because it's like for a business type promo video. And then I deep cleaned the house. And
fun.
Yeah, I'm a very exciting person. And then I went out with girlfriends in downtown near Pike's Place.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so
your day was busy too.
Yeah. So today, guess who we're talking about?
Who?
You know by the title, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yay!
And she's gotten the nickname recently because a book was written like this. So have you ever heard of Notorious B.I.G.?
Of course. I love him.
She's been called Notorious R.B.G.
Nice.
Yes.
That is perfect.
So in case you don't know, or if you're from a different country, or if you just want to become more educated on our government system, she is a Supreme Court justice, and she's also known as the pioneer of gender equality. So she has been on the Supreme Court since 1993, and she was appointed by Bill Clinton.
Dude, 1993.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old.
I was, 2. Yeah, she's been on there for a minute. And so are you ready to dive in and learn more about her?
I'm so ready.
So she's kind of a badass, more than a badass, but she makes us complaining about being busy look like
nothing.
Joke.
Like she'd be like,
joke.
I do that in 1 hour.
She's like, I do that in my sleep. But she has a new book coming out called The Notorious R.B.G. that someone wrote about her, and then a CNN documentary. So, I haven't checked those out, but I wanted to watch them yesterday, but I didn't have Amazon Prime, so I didn't watch it. Let's see. So she was born in 1933. She's 85 years old and she's still on there. She was born in Brooklyn, New York as Ruth Bader. She even kept her name because it's Bader Ginsburg. So she has immigrant parents, and the quote at the top, all this information is from achievement.org.
What a website name.
The quote at the very top I really liked. Oh, I've just realized we forgot to keep doing our quotes at the end of these podcasts. I just remembered. Anyway, even if you meet Prince Charming, be able to fend for yourself.
Wow.
And she was married to her husband since 1953 until he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she found her Prince Charming and she was like, guess what?
I'm still going to be a badass.
I'm Princess Charming. I don't care.
Yeah. So she went to Cornell and got a bachelor's where she met and later married Martin Ginsburg. And this was all in the 50s. 14 months after her daughter's birth, she went to Harvard Law.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What? Like it's hard? She's the original. What's her name from that movie?
Elle Woods.
Elle Woods. So she was one of 9 women of 500 men. And during all of this, her husband got testicular cancer in his probably early 20s. And she typed his paper, cared for him and an infant, and still got a seat on the Harvard Law Review.
What in the world? This girl.
Yeah. So eventually he got a job in NYC. So she finished her law school years at Columbia. No big deal. And she got a seat again at their law review. Yep. So on a side note, to look her up when she was young because she was gorgeous.
So she's just all around like the best person in this whole world.
Yeah. And mind you, this is in the 50s and 60s. She's doing all this when it's supposed to be the housewife. Mm-hmm. So she encountered sexism early on during her career. She interviewed at 12 firms, and she was like very, very, very prestigious resume. She interviewed at 12 firms and got no job offers.
What?
One man even saying he was uncomfortable having a woman in the chambers. I'm wondering if it was Mike Pence.
Burn.
Sorry, I had to. Eventually, she got a clerkship for the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York. She served for 3 years and then got several offers after that. And then went on to go back to work for Columbia. Then she became a professor at Rutgers. And during all of this of having a baby, she published a textbook after traveling to Sweden, learning Swedish and their legal system. And that same year, she had a son.
What in the world is this woman?
I need to be what she's drinking in the morning. It has to be like super coffee. She later co-founded the rights law reporter, the first law journal in the U.S. devoted to gender equality issues. Then she became a professor at Columbia. Then the American Civil Liberties Union referred sex discrimination complaints to her. So basically the very beginning of all of the Me Too movement. And she founded the ACLU's Women's Rights Project and wrote a textbook on sex discrimination law. Then she became a visiting lecturer at several schools in the U.S. and Europe, all while having little kids. It's fine. This is fine. She's like the definition of balancing things that like it's so hard for women to do, but I know it's not like for everyone. Obviously this lifestyle can't work for everyone, but dang, she figured it out.
I'm curious how she did it.
I know. I want to talk to her. She was a DC circuit judge and later argued cases of sex discrimination before the Supreme Court. After 13 years on the Court of Appeals, she became a member of the Supreme Court, the second woman ever, the first Jewish woman, and she goes on to fight for gender equality through all of her votes. Now, get this. It's not over, and it's certainly still not over. She's 85.
Oh my gosh. How does somebody just keep on wanting to work and work and work?
She reminds me of Hamilton. If you've ever listened to the musical, it's like where he continues to write and write and write. I just don't understand how some people... Like, I thought I was doing a lot. I guess not.
Yeah, we were like, oh, my puppy graduated from elementary. I'm so busy.
Okay, so mind you, she got on the Supreme Court in 1993. In 1999, she was diagnosed with colon cancer and went through all types of treatment, but never missed a day on the bench.
This woman.
And then she got pancreatic cancer, went to surgery, and was back on the court 12 days after her operation.
What in the world?
I need to have what type of coffee she's having. I'm saying. So she's 85 years old, superwoman on earth is R.B.G. And in July, she announced she is serving 5 more years on the bench. And this is a political article that I got this from. And it is from Lewis Nelson. And he said, her future on the bench has been a subject of significant speculation because her departure during President Donald Trump's term would afford him the opportunity to appoint a third Supreme Court justice, shifting the court's balance of power for several years and potentially decades to come. So she, even though she's never said explicitly, because she's actually very modest about her personal views,
she's saying, I'm going to stick it out for
5 more years.
5 more years.
So
that would mean that
regardless of your political party, that's a lot to do in a lifetime.
Oh my God. I can't imagine. So 5 more years would mean that Trump would have to get reelected. I wonder if like the day that if he hopefully doesn't get reelected, like the day if she's like, oh, I'm retiring.
That would be so funny.
She's like, never mind, I'm retiring.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. Just kidding. Lol.
We'll see.
But I guess she said this offhandedly recently because someone was like, I guess a different Supreme Court justice served till she's 90. And so she goes, looks like I've got 5 more years.
90 years old. Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for enlightening us on...
I mean, come on. And that was like, I was reading about her in bed this morning and like typing all this up, even though most of it's from other places, you know. But I was like sitting there, I'm like, I feel like she's the only person like that, you know how people will get like tattoos of like singers or tattoos of like athletes. I was like, I would love an R.B.G tattoo.
Just like right on your arm, like
Notorious, and it's like her looking like a gangster.
Oh my God.
I'm
this
such
woman,
a nerd, but I love her.
This woman is insane. Thank you so much for bringing her to our world.
I don't know why we didn't highlight her in like
episode 1.
Yeah, and I just, it was an episode that needed to be done.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So we recorded 2 episodes back to back. So can you think of a new positive?
You go first. Let me see.
I get to see my niece this week.
Wow.
Or today. I'm going to babysit her
babies.
today and give her kisses.
You're going to give her lots of kisses. She deserves them.
Yeah, she says, I need them.
Her face is so cute. I'm looking forward to, I don't know, I can't think. Yoga.
There you go.
Yoga.
That's
Perfect.
a good thing.
Awesome.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys, for listening.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye, guys.